How you doing, folks? Today I'm going to change the exhaust back box on this 1991 Mk2 Golf. Okay, it's a car creeper job. Unfortunately, I haven't got a ramp, so there's not much I can do about that, but I'm going to slither in underneath it and have a look and see how rusty the clamps are. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be cutting them off, and heaven only knows where my grinder is. You can see here, this is the rust on the back of it, and it already looks terrible, but if you come down this end, it's got a hole in it. Believe it or not, it actually passed the NCT like this, and I still cannot get over it. Now that bundle of joy down there, that clamp, is our target point for removal, so I have a funny feeling that's not going to come apart very easily, but sure, look, we'll see what happens. First of all is a dose of penetrating oil, and then we'll see how we go from there. I never knew the Golfs had a brake bias adjuster. So there you go now. By the way, these Halfords car creepers are absolutely shite. If your garage floor is not like a billiards table, and most people's aren't, to be fair, then it just does not roll. I mean, okay, mine is, okay, it's fairly rough, but I mean, still, it should be able to roll over that kind of surface. It's not like I'm using it on a gravel driveway here. I'd very much like to meet the man who decided to put the exhaust clamp right behind the cross member here, so that you cannot get a socket, or you can't get a socket onto it and you can't get an impact going onto it, so you have to use a spanner. Right, okay. It's actually moving. I had initially thought about changing the centre box in the process here, but you know what, the centre box is actually in good nick, and I had ordered one and it never came in, so I was like, well, I want to do the job, so let's just get it done. If the centre box falls off in the future, I'll change it then. Hopefully it doesn't, though, obviously. But okay, there's one ball of rust. Nut off. I have new exhaust clamp for this as well, by the way, folks. Ow! Yes, I just punched myself in the chin, because even though I've got the car jacked up in the air at the very back, it's not really very high up in the middle, which is where this is. Now I need another spanner to link onto that. Yeah, we might, if I can fix it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go along really fast.
We might. But we have to change the exhaust first of all.
Oh, yeah. You need to put a new exhaust down.
Yeah. I did buy new exhaust hangers as well, but I'd be more inclined to use the original ones than the new ones because of the way new rubber products are. The new ones will probably perish in about 2 months' time. So, yeah, call me cynical if you will, but that's just my belief on it. Anyway, let's get the other exhaust hangers off and see if we can get that. See if we can make any headway here. Okay. Not much room for my clumping stick here, you know. See if we can get that nut a little bit looser. There you go. Right, that's the clamp off, definitely. So let's get something to undo the exhaust hangers. Yeah, man. There you go. There's one. There's two. And the last one is down the back then. A hook tool or something would be probably the best way of taking these off, but I don't have one, so work what you have. Jesus. This is a replacement unit in the first instance, actually. This isn't even the original exhaust. Unless Bosal made the ones for Mk2 Golf. I can see it's actually loose up where the clamp is. So, I'm wondering... a bit more clumping and that should come off. You guys have a bird's eye view there of how things are moving. Let's have a... Yeah, it's moving all right. See, I can get my size 12 on the back box and give it a push. You otherwise get a screwdriver in there and just open out the flange a little bit. Is that actually doing anything? No. The back box is coming off, but the pipe here is not. It goes to show how rotten it is. Brute force and ignorance first. See if that's made any impact. If it is, I'll keep going. Yeah, it's working. There we go. We took the old model and hit it with a hammer. Brute force and ignorance for the win. And it's fun as well. Now, you know what? I'm all for a certain amount of cop on as far as the NCT is concerned, but how the hell did this pass? I mean, look at the cut of it. The bracket's broken off. There's a hole there. I'm sure there's holes there. Hole there. I mean, yeah. I think it's had it. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a charge. And I'm going to get stuck back in. But first of all, I really want to hear what this car sounds like without an exhaust on it. Yes, I know it's childish, but who of you wouldn't do this? Fruity. 24% battery, so I suppose I better get a move on. You'll notice I got rid of the car creeper. I brought it down to the local pier and chucked it into the sea. Not quite, but wasn't far off, to be honest with you. The swearing was getting out of hand. They are a pain in the ass to get on, but on the plus side, I think I found what my rattling was that was coming from the exhaust. This heat shield was up against this bracket all along, and when I put the new exhaust on in the same position, it's actually doing the same thing. Now you can tell that it's been like that for a long time because that donut there, the mount, was actually already kind of twisted, if you know what I mean. So it's been in that position for quite a while. So it's going to stay in that position. But I kind of bent the heat shield up out of the way, so it shouldn't rub on it anymore. So next thing to do is to do just two more brackets up there, and there's one on the other end. So without further ado, let's get them done. Okay, well that one went down a little bit easier. There you go. Hey, that one wasn't too bad. Now, just get that all into position. It's not touching anything, which is the way it should be. So now we can do up our clamp. The eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will notice I actually did bend down the cross member a little bit because, first of all, I wanted to, and secondly, I think it was actually bent up in the first instance. So, let me just twist that a little bit. There we go. Right, let's start up the engine, see how it sounds. Now we're just going to check for leaks here. Easiest way to do that. Okay, we may need to tighten that clamp a little bit. To me it's still sounding very loud under here. And that's what made me think before that the centre box is going out. But for the moment anyway, I think it's good enough. Let's leave it there, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Got a lot of interesting content coming up over the next while, so you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching.